On today's podcast, we're going to be covering Mighty Line sample packs and the top 3 reasons why you're going to want to request one. So stay tuned. Welcome to Warehouse Safety Tips. You can find the show notes to each episode, links to information mentioned on the podcast, the social media platforms we're on, and anything else related to the podcast at warehousesafetytips.com. Now, if you're a seasoned podcast listener, this podcast is going to be different from most you listen to. It's based around exactly what the name implies, warehouse safety tips. And since the people in this industry are busy, we know that time is money and each episode will be as short and to the point as possible. And now, with all of that out of the way, let's get to the podcast. This podcast is our 31st episode. Our intention was to couple our audio podcast with a video podcast. Even though we keep each episode as short and to the point as possible, we still have a great deal of editing that goes into making it all sound smooth. And we found the video to be an even bigger challenge. So even though it'll be coming down the road, we're going to stick to audio for now. Another change for this week is going to happen, and that's our format. We usually have a segment, a commercial, and another segment. But today, the subject of our commercial is our segment. The title of our podcast is the top 3 reasons to request a Mighty Line sample pack, and we're going to start right off with number 1. Even though the name of our podcast is Warehouse Safety Tips, almost everywhere has safety and social distancing needs that we can assist with. Mighty Line has provided products to almost every industry that you can think of. So whether it's a 5 or 6S methodology or lean manufacturing need, something related to the COVID pandemic, or safety and organization in general, Mighty Line has you covered. And it all starts with requesting one of our sample packs. You can do that and learn more about this podcast by visiting mightylinetape.com/safety tips. And that brings us to reason number 2. Once you see the quality of our products, you can be assured that we either stock the safety floor marking or signs that you need, or we can custom create anything that we don't. Yet again, Mighty Line has you covered. Last, but certainly not least, reason number 3. Mighty Line products are patented and proudly made in the U.S. Once you have our sample pack in hand and see everything that we have to offer, as well as the opportunity to try samples of our one-of-a-kind products, we know you'll love Mighty Line. Visit mightylinetape.com/safety tips to request one today. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Warehouse Safety Tips. If you visit warehousesafetytips.com, you'll find the show notes for this episode and access to all of our blog posts, previous podcasts, advertiser information, and much more. Thank you for listening to Warehouse Safety Tips and have a safe day.